What's up, folks? Welcome back to the bass collection series. And what I'm holding here has a very interesting story. This is a 1965 Fender Jazz Bass, produced in about November of 65. And it is stock and original. And the way I came about this instrument is kind of a funny story. I have a friend who is a retired gentleman. He wanted to sell off some of his instruments, and he asked if I could be a broker for those sales. And I had this instrument ready to sell, and I was going to sell it to one of my students. Well, that student actually was going to buy it and was ready to make the purchase, and then he called me and said, "Hey, I found a 1964 for only $1,000 more. I need to grab that." And I was like, "Totally cool. I totally get it. A 64 Jazz is pretty awesome." But I love this instrument. It sounds amazing. And so I was like, "Yeah, it's okay." I made a joke. "Oh, it just means I get to keep it and play on it until I sell it." And that student stuff, he's like, "You know what? Why don't I do this? Why don't I buy the bass and give it to you for lessons?" And I was like blown away. I couldn't believe it. Super blown away. Like, what? So that student of mine is super cool, and he's doing really well with his lessons. And he gets to take lessons for about 2 years or so. 90 lessons is what he paid for this instrument, and it is now mine. So I'm super stoked to have a vintage Fender Jazz Bass. I've got the rounded, it's got the rounded key pegs, which is super cool. You can see all of that is just original. I do have the ashtrays with it. You can see the ashtray holes. But my friend for whom I was selling it just took those off. You can see the thumbnail wear from playing the bass his whole life. He bought it originally in 65, my friend, and I think he paid $300 for it. Now they're worth thousands and thousands. Anyway, so I am so stoked to have a vintage Fender instrument in the collection because it just sounds so great. The frets are hardly worn out at all, and they're pristine above the 7th fret. So the cash register, as they say down here. It sounds great with slapping. You can see the neck has the wear sort of right in this area from his thumb. And then the rest of the neck is pretty clean. It's pretty awesome. The back just has a few little scratches and wear and tear from, the buckle rash. The thumbnail wear, which I think is really fun. Really classy. Just shows the bass was used and loved for decades and decades. Just some wear and tear along the sides. It's so great. Another thing that's super fun is now I have something that kind of matches this nerdy little model. So I've got the actual bass that goes with my model, which is super fun. Totally nerd-tastic. I'm gonna set that back there. Anyway, so serial number 128979, built in 1965. Super stoked to have this in the collection. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you around. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.